Okay, today's date, September 19th, 2008. The time is approximately 10 minutes after 10, local Sacramento time. My name is Matt Irwin with the Orange County Sheriff's Office. Also with me is Nick Savage from the FBI. Sir, can you state your name?
Daniel Ligon, attorney at law.
Okay. And you represent?
Tracy Mclaughlin.
Okay. And this is an interview with Tracy Mclaughlin regarding Orange County Sheriff's Office case concerning Casey and Kaylee Anthony. Can you spell your last name for me?
Laughlin.
Okay. Do you want to...
Yeah, Tracy, what is the nature of your relationship with Leonard Padilla? How did you actually get involved in this matter?
I've known him for a long time. I worked for him off and on, and I do like computer work for him.
So how did you get involved in this specific investigation?
He just asked if I wanted to go back there with him and see if we could. He wanted to get. He first saw that the bail was $500,000, and that's really unjust. I mean, that shouldn't have happened. So that kind of piqued his interest. And then when I started looking into the case, he said, "Well, she's saying she's got to get out of jail. She said, we can find that little girl." And he really thought there's a chance. So we all went back there.
Okay. What did you think your role was going to be when you got to Florida?
Just try to talk to her, see if I could find out anything. But also because Tony, the one that posted the bond, he wanted to make. He was worried, oh, she's going to kill herself. She's going to do something. That was the main thing. Is he wanted me in there to make sure she wouldn't hurt herself.
And you're referring to Tony Padilla.
Yeah. That
Okay.
was the first team that went out there.
Do you guys want burritos? I gotta get them before 10:30. You want breakfast burritos?
I'm good, thank you. I
I'm good,
appreciate
thanks.
it. So when you said that Tony was concerned that she may hurt herself or become harmed in some way,
More hurting herself. That's why we talked to Jose Baez before I guess Leonard talked to him before we came out. But when we first went out there, we met with him, and Tony said that he wanted someone in there with her all the time, so she wouldn't hurt herself.
and what did Jose Baez say? What did he have to say with respect to this relationship or this arrangement?
He was fine. It was just actually first it was everybody was okay. Yeah, you can bail her out. You can talk to her, have access. As soon as she got out, he changed the story to, okay, no one's around her unless I'm here except for me. I was the only one that was allowed to be with her without an attorney. So he kind of changed the rules up on that.
And when did you find that out?
The minute she got out, when he came after she was released. He came after. We all came there together, I guess. I went with Lee in another car, and I was in the house when she came home.
So you were there waiting for her.
Uh-huh.
Now, I mean, obviously, if you were staying with her, did you actually stay in the same room with her?
No, we stayed. She hung out with me the whole time. I stayed in her room, and at night time, when it was time to go to bed, she'd go sleep with her mom, and then George would sleep on the couch.
Okay. Who else was in the house at the time?
Jim.
And where was Jim staying?
He stayed in the room next to her room, which was like the computer room or it's just an extra bedroom.
And who is Jim?
It's George's friend, good friend from Ohio.
Okay. Do you know Jim's last
I
name?
don't know Jim's last name.
Okay.
Didn't ask. He didn't ask mine. I mean, I talked to him a lot and kind of got real. Well, to make it comfortable, I knew I was going to have to stay there, so I can be. I got friendly with everybody, and especially Casey. She wouldn't leave me. Not that she said much, but it got to the point where she wouldn't leave my side. I was with her more than anybody, and then another time, I can't remember when it was. I think after the air sample things came out, she's in the room talking to me, and Jose's over there, and he says, "Get out of that room." So she leaves. 10 minutes later, she's back in there. "Why you keep yapping to her? Get out of that room." So we had to tell her 3 times, and that's when he's there to stay away from me. But she was with me a lot.
Okay. Well, let's kind of go back.
Okay.
Obviously, a lot has happened. A lot had happened in between the time you got there until that particular instance.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, what did you believe the nature of the agreement was to be initially before you spoke with Jose Baez?
For my
Yes.
well, to be around her.
And you were allowed to question her. You were allowed to.
I was just going
Or
to
at
be
least talk
friendly
to
to her. She's the type of person, if you just shut up and let her talk, she'll go on and on and on. I mean, you don't question her. You just let her go.
And just so we're clear, the day that she bonded out, Jose Baez called you guys together?
We had met with him the day before, I think it was the day before, and talked to him, and decided what we're going to do. It's okay. We're going to bond her out. He didn't make any ground rules, and then when she came home, we all went into the house, Rob and Leonard, and I guess Tony was in there too. We went into the house, and Jose changed it and said, "Okay, now I don't want you guys in here without me, but Tracy can be around her."
Okay. Was there any sort of contractual agreement between you and Jose Baez?
Well, he had me sign something that I couldn't take recordings or do anything, which I didn't, but he had signed something, and then he changed all the rules, so it kind of made the little contract null and void. It didn't.
I mean, do you have a copy of that contract?
No, it was not notary. It was a piece of paper.
What else was in? What else was some of the conditions?
I think the recording is the only thing I remember, video or recording.
So he didn't want.
And he did ask me. He said, "Okay, you're going to be around her. If she starts to tell you anything, will you please call me?" And I said, "Okay." But I wouldn't.
So, the day that she bonded out, you were actually at the house waiting for her.
Lee and I got there maybe 5 minutes before she did.
Okay. Tell me about what was the homecoming, so to speak, like? What happened?
Okay, this is what I wondered if you guys, just the strangeness of everything. She comes in. I'm a little bit nervous to meet her because I'm thinking, she's got to be upset. Something's got to be going. She comes in happy as can be. "Hey, hi," and gives me a big hug, and just, I want to take a shower, and not a word about Kaylee. Okay, nothing. I want to take a shower, and those seals were so nice, and I got to do this and that, and they didn't, they're sneaking me food in the jail, and they're doing all these other things, and it's just, they love me, and it's like, I'm thinking, well, she's not even upset. Not a word about her daughter. And George didn't say anything, and Cindy didn't say anything, and it's just like, it was just unbelievable, because there's nothing, it's just, okay, Casey's home, and here we go. So she went and took a shower, and came out and started talking about what she wanted to eat for dinner, and her mom was going to it was like a home, like she'd gone to Iraq or something and just got back. So there's still nothing about Kaylee. And it was just a real happy time. It was everything was good. And so then this is the first time her mom's teaching me, I don't know, how to make salmon patties. That's what she wanted to eat. So we're sitting in the kitchen, and they start bringing up the shovel. And I'm just sitting there. This is my little thing. I'd sit there and play with my phone and act like I'm not paying attention. She starts talking about the shovel, and she says, "Well, hello, they didn't even have the timeline right." And their mom says, "No," and she goes, Casey said they didn't have the timeline right. And then her mom said, "Yeah, they didn't know what you were doing." She goes, "Hello, I was using it to knock the bamboo down." And then she said, "And get the ladder out of the pool." And as soon as she said that, I'm sitting like this. Her mom looks at her like, "Shut up." George walks in from the back room, shaking his head. So I'm not supposed to see, shaking his head, getting in the cupboard. Like, just drop that. So that was when she said getting the ladder out of the pool. That's what she needed the shovel for.
Okay. And what did her mother say when she said that?
To knock the bamboo. And then she explained to me later that they have this bamboo, and she said when it starts growing out sideways, you take a shovel, you take something hard, and you knock the head off, or one of the notches or something, and the bamboo falls.
There were no shovels at the Anthony residence?
They were in the shed, locked.
Also, they were locked. Mm-hmm. And is this something that Casey normally does?
I doubt it. I doubt if she was doing it that day. No, it was just, well, you guys heard her, she'll tell a story, and she has such a belief in herself. She has no grasp on reality. This is where her problem is. She has no grasp. Or else she could have done such a better job, cry for her daughter, do something, stick with one story. She just doesn't. She doesn't get it. She doesn't have a grasp.